Facero looking to become the first 7-game winner in the majors. He's in Jack Murphy right there taking care of Steve Finley swinging. Eddie Williams, get out. Tell it walking. Now, top of the 9th inning, Expos up 3-1 and bases loaded. Sean Berry unloads a big uh-oh. Berry's granny capped the 6-run 9th inning and locked up Facero's major league leading 7th win of the season. He only had 8 all of last season, and this is the 3rd game this season Facero's been supported by a grand.
You're hitting 9th, and here's a look at Pedro Martinez.
Pedro 3-0, 3-1 this year, but 3-0 lifetime against the San Diego Padres.
Joined the Dodgers in September of '92. Fastball by Finley and a strikeout for Pedro Martinez. Pitch coming up to Caminetti.
Oof.
Good fastball there. That's the 2nd strikeout for Pedro Martinez. A .405 batting average. Holbert down, the 3rd strikeout for Pedro.
Hits.
Right. Here's the 1-2, and Hamilton goes down on strikes and on 9 pitches.
As you're getting tired, and when you get tired, you're going to see injuries.
A fastball by Caminetti. Pedro continues to be able to come up with the big pitch.
First baseman.
People, but I believe it's unintentional, and you know, I believe they're singling him out right now, and I just don't appreciate it.
He's a pretty good pitcher, though.
Yes, he was. Hamilton goes down on strikes, and fans, don't go away. He struck him out with a high fastball again, and Caminetti got mad and broke the bat over his leg. 2 outs, 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. Pedro Martinez is perfect through 9 innings, and there's no score in the game. So far. Treadway lines a ball to right field. That's a base hit. Being waved as the runner Andrews. He'll score, and the Expos lead 1-0 in the top of the 10th inning on Jeff Treadway's hit to right. Roberts lines a ball right field. It's going to drop in. An extra base hit for Biff Roberts. He has a double, and the bid for the perfect game comes to an end in the 10th inning.
Eddie Williams did. Gone.
Gives it a ride.
Bottom of the 2nd, we're tied at 2. Williams, the solo home run, 4th on the year. Scott Sanders, meanwhile, in control for the Padres, facing Shane Andrews. If you know the catchphrase, fill it in, though. Tim Laker, likewise.
3 innings.
Tony Tarasco. Sanders, 6 Ks over 6 innings. Ken Caminetti, tattoo you. Off Greg Harris. Tony Gwynn would score in front of him. That made the score 6-2. The Padres go on to win it by the final of 8-4. Tony Gwynn had 4 hits, the 26th time in his Hall of Fame career he has done so. Raised his average 19 points to 326. He's actually in a slump. Scott Sanders got the win, but still hasn't had a complete game in 37 career starts.
Dodgers, top of the 1st. Hideo Nomo in a jam, bases juiced, none out. Fans Rondell White escapes the 1st. Bottom of the 1st, Jeff Fazzaro pitching. Old Mondesi takes him deep to left, scoring Jose Offerman. Dodgers 2-0 through the 1st. Bottom of the 4th, LA 2-zip. 2 out, 2 on. Fazzaro still pitching. Tim Wallach doubles off the left field wall. Mondesi and Roberto Kelly score. Hey, the Dodgers win. Mondesi 2 for 4, his 10th homer, 2 RBIs. Tommy Lasorda gets career win number 1,500. Hideo Nomo, his 2nd straight. And Pedro got some help early. David Segui, his first Expo at bat. A flare up the left side. Barry Bonds, Royce Clayton going to let it drop. Oh, it's a fair ball. Segui gets the triple. Barry Bonds can't believe it. Segui would score. Expos go up 1-0. 5th inning, 1 out. Mark Carey on at 1st. Bonds at 2nd. Martinez against Jeff Reed. And gets him looking.
And that is strike 3.
Next batter is Royce Clayton. The high-octane gas. Then it's Bonds with the foul ball. And there is no way that Sean Berry gets this. There's a wall there. Sean going to give pursuit. Oh, tremendous. Expos win. Martinez wins his 5th game. He allowed 3 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings. Tony Tarasco homers, has 3 singles, and also steals home. Phillies and the Dodgers.
Montreal likes to play by the bay. 2nd straight blowout win over the Giants, although early on There was trouble at Expo Gap. Moises Alou and Rondell White collide going after the fly ball. Top of the third, tied at 2. Will Cordero crushes the Jose Bautista offering. 2-run rocket, 4-2 Expos. Top of the fifth, 5-2 Spos. Bautista tries to pick off Rondell White. Guess what? He tries to pick off throw. Rondell White is in. Dusty Baker taking it in, but not too happy about it. A little bit later, Rondell White unloads off Chris Hook. 10-2. At that point, 11-5 is your final.
The big day on Saturday with a homer, 3 RBIs. Second inning, White stays hot. The base hit off William Van Landingham. 3-0 Expos in the fourth when Rondell unloads his 7th home run. A solo shot. Next inning, Mr. White comes calling again. Looks like the bases are loaded. Rondell over Darren Lewis's head. Segui and Cordero score a double for White. 6-0 Expos. In the ninth, the Expos up 8-4. Mel Rojas looking to close it out. Mike Benjamin with a base hit. Bonds. He walked him. Hill will double in Benjamin. Bonds will score on a Clayton grounder, and we've got a ball game. With 2 outs, Phillips singles in Hill. Giants down only 1. Rojas would then load the bases. Facing Tom Lampkin. A 3-0 count, and we go into extra innings. Yes, the Moose Man was going to stay. Top 13th, Steve Mintz. 2 outs, Rondell White, the base hit, gets by Glenn Allen Hill. It's now a triple. White hits for the cycle, 6 hits on the day. After Tarasco walked, it's Tim Laker off Mintz. Tarasco and White score, Expos go up 10-8. So bottom of the 13th, Royce Clayton, deep. Lou Frazier, deeper, and the Expos win it in 13 by the final of 10-8. 20 hits on the day for the Expos. Montreal's first sweep at the Shtick in over a decade.
Marquise Grissom à son retour au Stade olympique. Grissom utilisé comme deuxième frappeur ce soir. Sa moyenne est à 240 ici pour Kelly depuis le début de la saison. Le lancer. La balle est frappée solidement au centre pour un coup sûr. Rondell White qui relaie la balle en direction de Cordero et pendant ce temps, Kelly se rend jusqu'au 3e. Donc, un coup.
Braves north of the border. Carlos Perez coming off of his first loss, running into trouble in the first. 2 men on. Chipper Jones, base hit. And that scores Mike Kelly. Braves up 1-0. Lead wouldn't last long. 2 men on for Will Cordero. This is a drive. Marquise Grissom can't get there, and we're tied at 1. Next batter, Moises Alou. Base hit the opposite way. David Segui scores. Expos would jump out to a 6-1 lead. Perez, after that rough first inning, smoke for Chipper Jones. Smoke for Mike Kelly. And opposing starter Kent Merker swing and a miss. Perez matching his career high 7 strikeouts in 7 innings. Expos win it in a rout 11-2.
Second, that is a mistake. Darren Fletcher turns on the fastball, his 5th of the year, and suddenly it is 2-0 Expos. But Marquise would strike back, top of 7, and he has gone shopping at the old Gap. Picks up a pocket tee. Blauser comes around, 6-3 Braves. John Smoltz in the groove. A nasty curve. Sean Berry goes fishing, and Smoltz retires the last 10 of the game and would end the game that way. Braves win at 7-3. Smoltz struck out 8 en route to his first complete game of the year. Marquise Grissom starting to play worth his contract, has an 8-game hit streak. He has gone 15 for 29 during that stretch.
That is drilled to left center field. That's going to be way out of here. Kelly gets his 3rd homer of the year, his 11th RBI, and the Braves break out on top 1-0.
The 0-1. That should do it. Blauser has it. Blauser throws. McGriff has it. And the Braves have rallied to win 2 out of 3 here. And Greg Maddux and Marquise Grissom combined for a pretty impressive night's work, Joe.
And wondering, how do you spell Grzelcyk? We believe it's G-R-U-Z-I something, but let's just call him Leather after that. In the 8th, John Smiley against Will Cordero chops one down at 3rd. Nobody gets it, but Grzelcyk is maybe Leather, but he's not quick on the base paths. He's out at 3rd. Next man up is Moises Alou facing Smiley, and he crushes him deep to left, and Riverfront will not hold that. 6th home run of the year, and John Smiley reciting, I believe that is the 23rd Psalm. Expos win 6-3. First loss of the year for John Smiley, who gave up 2 home runs in the game. He had given up just 2
in his previous 7 starts. Jose Rijo, by the way, will be activated Saturday after a stint on the DL.
First start in the rain. Sharp in the first. 11 pitches, 3 up, 3 down. Some help from Barry Larkin on the nice play to get Will Cordero. But it rained for 72 minutes. Rijo didn't come back. Top of the 7th. C.J. Nitkowski on. The Reds lead is 4-3. 2 on and 2 out. And Tony Tarasco, a grounder to second. Nitkowski has to cover, and it bounces off his glove. Kozolanek scores to tie it at 4. So it goes 4-4. Bottom 8, 2 on for Jeff Branson off of Louis Aquino. The hit to right scores Ed Taubensee. This is the game-winning run. Reds win by the score of 5-4.
Sanders, bottom of the first. 1-0 Expos. Gone.
Say goodbye, good night, gone.
A moment of silence. The 17th ball to go into the upper deck at Riverfront, 452 feet, 11th home run of the year for Sanders. Perez lasted only 1 2/3, shortest outing this season. Moise Alou, top 5, tied at 5. 2 men aboard. The base hit off Xavier Hernandez. David Segui scores 6-5 Expos. Bottom 6, still 6-5. Eric Anthony at first. Mark Lewis, gone.
This one hit a ton.
Lewis from nearby Hamilton, Ohio, the former Indian, takes Gabe White over the wall. 7-6 Reds. Lewis 4 for 4, 3 RBIs. Jeff Brantley, the whiff. And Moise Alou. Brantley got his 9th save of the season. The Reds pick up the victory. Sanders hit the last upper deck homer at Riverfront last July.
At the plate. His shot is headed for center, blooping, and here comes Tony Tarasco. We sense a play at the plate. Scott Service is bracing himself, and he has braced himself well. 5-0 Astros. Top of 7, Bagwell deep to left. If it's gone, it's his 8th. It is, and it is. Astros win at 7-4. Bagwell's home run, the 100th of his career. Houston now 6-2 on the current road trip. They have won 10 of their last 12 away from the Dome. Expos trying to stop the 4-game slide against Houston. Derek May in the middle just came over from the Brewers this afternoon. Top of 3, errors killing the Expos. Will Cordero, I said.
To shortstop.
Picks it up and throws it right into the wall. Not good. E6. Later in the inning, 2 outs. Mark Grzelcyk can't handle that ground ball. E5, and that would hurt because the next batter, Tony Eusebio, takes that pitch and drives it deep to center. Rondell White is just a touch too shallow off the base of the wall. That scores 2. Astros lead 3-1. Then in the 4th, more trouble. Jeff Bagwell, blooper to right field. Lansing, Tarasco. We have another summit. Everybody's safe. And then later in that inning, Mark Grzelcyk. Potential double play ball here. And that throw is no good. And that's 4 errors. And you're not going to win when you commit 4 of those or 3 of those. Astros win at 5-3. Greg Swindell now 2-0.
And the Mets lose. Expos trying to snap a 6-game slide against Pittsburgh. Carlos Perez with some defensive help. Jay Bell, liner to left. Moises Alou on the run. Full extension. Makes the grab. Definitely worth another look. That's beautiful. 2-0 Expos in the 4th. Bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th. Perez helping his own cause. Base hit up the middle. Scoring Alou and Mike Lansing. 4-0 Montreal. And Carlos Perez, he is not shy on the mound. Carlos Garcia with a comebacker here. Watch Perez snag it, then turn and look at him. What are you doing out there? Throws him out. Then against Kevin Young, swing and a miss. And Carlos likes himself a lot. Expos win 5-0 on the shutout effort. Perez tossing Montreal's first complete game of the season. Expos.
2 runners aboard. Loaiza gets Moise Alou to ground to Young. 5-4-3 double play. Still 1-0 Pirates. Jeff Facero pitching well, facing who else? Kevin Young. It's mandatory. He is in every highlight. Facero then gets Orlando Merced. Kevin Young was in the building. Esteban Loaiza not happy being yanked 1-0. The Pirate defense held fort. Bottom 9, runner at second. Guess who? Kevin Young gets Moise Alou, gets his man. A scary moment, though, in this game. Darren Fletcher. The foul ball into the Montreal dugout. Carlos Perez deflected the ball with his hand, but the ball ricocheted off the back of the dugout, hitting Perez in the head. Perez was unconscious for about 3 minutes, taken off on a stretcher, was taken to the hospital. But we're happy to say he is not expected to miss his next start. Carlos Garcia's 3rd inning single.
Not in this game. Tim Lakers swing and a miss. Tony Tarasco back in Atlanta. Thinks he's Jerry Tarkanian. In the third, no score. Gil Heredia and Tarasco on base. Will Cordero with a drive. Double off the wall. Drive it in two. So it's 2-0 Montreal. Same inning. Runners at the corners. Moises Alou. Grounder up the middle. Rafael Belliard stops it but has no play. Cordero scores. 3-zip Expos. Bottom of the fourth. Former Expo Marquise Grissom on at second. A shot by Fred McGriff down the right field line. Grissom scoring. It's a 3-1 game. Now to the bottom of the fifth. Ryan Klesko, leadoff homer off of Heredia, his 7th. All of them have come in June. Expo lead cut to 3-2. Bottom of the sixth, and the Griff on at second. Luis Aquino pitching, and David Justice sends it high and deep. And aloha means goodbye. 2-run shot. Braves come back to win it 4-3. The Braves have now won 3 in a row. Tom Glavine goes 7 innings for the W. He survived that shaky 3-run third.
Moises Alou, his former mate, wishing he was still his mate. Alou's 8th. Bobby Cox scratching the lid, wondering what to do. Butch Henry, on the other hand, looking quite sharp, facing Marquise.
Fastball got him looking.
Gets him. Henry blows one past Blauser. 8 1/3 pitch, 4 hits allowed, no runs, and he gets some help in the field as well. Dave Justice hits one into foul territory, and Sean Berry, who is a hockey fan, makes like a puck and hits the post, and it's a glove save and a beaut. Nice leather all around, and the Expos are a winner 3-love. They accomplish what no other team has done this year, and that is shutting out the Braves. Steve was
and a changeup.
Well hit left field. That's out of here, and the Braves lead. Number 6, 23 RBIs, 1-0.
Base hit left field. The Expos are going to get on the scoreboard. 3 hits in a row. The RBI single for White. Segui scoring. Alou moves to second. 1-1. Bottom of the sixth. In the air to left field. Home run distance, yes or no? Home run distance, yes.
And has been a top relief pitcher since then.
High and deep to center field. Back to the wall goes Rondell White. He leaps. His ball is gone, and the Braves win. David Justice, a 2-run homer. Braves win it 4-3.
500 mark against the Marlins. Flashback to Sunday. Carlos Perez got a concussion in the dugout when he got hit by a ball. Back on Friday and still suffering. Jeff Conine smacks one to left over the Teal Monster, his 12th Jones of the year. 2-0 Marlins lead. Expos offense not quite as good. Tim Laker at bat, Chris Hammond, and you can see the ball drop right off the table. 1 of 7 strikeouts for Hammond. Jeff Shaw warming up, ready to come in, but he came in just a pitch too late. Perez against Colburn, and you can dial 9. That's long distance over the Monster. Perez, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. It's not worth it. You never need to do that. Marlins, a winner over the Expos 10-1. Conine records the 5th 4-hit game of his career. Chris Hammond lowers his ERA to 2.27. That trails only